So you say you want a revolution, or at least you want to build a website. Well, it's pretty darn easy with the new Google Sites if you follow these simple steps. Make sure when you begin you've got your graphic organizer and paragraphs that have been written, pulled in your research, they've been revised, refined, you have topic sentences, and you're good to go. All you need to do is open a new tab. You're going to go click on New. You're going to go to More. You're going to go to Google Sites. All right, a very quick tour. You're looking at what should be the title page. You're not going to have much on your title page except the title. And you see where you can insert new pages, new themes. What you can insert is a text box or images. I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. The very first thing you want to do is make sure to put your first and last name here. Mr. being my first name, Greenwood. Last, and I'll enter that. This will show up on all your slides. Page title. How to create a website. Now, the only thing you can do here is manipulate the title with different text. It doesn't give you sizes, but you wouldn't want to go smaller than this. You want to keep it large in that title. This background needs to be consistent for every slide. It is really bizarre to have a website with a different background. So what you can do, however, is have a different, or you can pick an image of your own it's really you like, or you can just create a background from here. Pick one that is not too distracting from what you have. I'll pick this, and we'll select. All right, so we've got how to create our website. It's just a title page, so we're pretty much good to go. Now, I want to come to my first page. It's quite easy to create the page. You just click on the pages. Here's where we were. Click on pages, and at the bottom, you click on new page. Now, this should match one of your topics, so you're going to put that in here, and I will put idea timeline, or rather, history. So this comes up in this page. Now again, I did mention you can edit this over, I forgot to show you this, in these themes is where you can get a little different font style, but again, you don't want this to be different on every page. It should be similar on every page, so pick this, whatever you use at the beginning, make sure you continue with. Alright, now I'm going to go back to insert because this is our page and I'm ready to start. This is the easiest layout to use, so I'll pick this where I'm going to have an image and then I'm going to have text. So with text, it's quite simple. Click on the box, go back to your planning sheet, and I said we were going to do the timeline, so I pick on my timeline paragraph. Now notice I had to shrink that font down to fit all that in that box. When I create my pages, I want it to be a consistent size, so you got to make sure you do that. Copy. We're going to go back to my site, and we're going to paste this here. And again, for your font, you don't have a lot of choice. This tells you here with themes, all you're looking at is the style. So just to show you what we're talking about, okay, yeah, that's nice, but this is fine. I'm going to work with that. Now, images. You've already created your images, easy to upload. Go to upload, and it's going to take you to your student page. If it doesn't, you're just going to simply go into this PC and go to your numbered server. So let's see what, I don't even know what this is. Okay, so this whole article is going to be about the history of the individual's disabilities and why I chose that image. I have no idea, but you can see that works. If you elongate your image, make sure it doesn't distort it too much. So I think I'm pretty much done. Now, if you want to play around with the pages and you wanted to add something else on this same page, or maybe you want more text, you could simply go to Insert, and you could do an Insert Text box, and it would just add it kind of right below this. And that's fine. It gives you room to play. Or let's say you want to insert another image. Okay, we're going to go to click Image, and I'll go back to, hold on, excuse me, no, brought text, but image. Okay, upload from here. And I've got a map. Here we go. So maybe that makes sense for you to have on this page. Now, let's say, I still want to have more text on this page, and maybe you want to add it next to the image. So again, you could just put the text box. Let's see, is it going to let me put it here? This is what I don't like about this. It really separates things. Sometimes you just need to push over your text box, if it'll let you. There we go. To try and have more variety. This is probably why it's best to use their set layouts here. I wish it was simpler. I'll show you the one thing I will recommend you try to do. So let's say I'm going to add more text down below. Fine, but most of you probably won't. Let's go to a new page. I need to make another page here. And we got to click on the plus, insert, and this is going to be on idea comparisons. Now, I'm putting a really lame title for this page. Hopefully you'll do better. But I want you to give that some thought. And since I know now for this new page, I know that I want to have the image switch to the other side because I don't want to continue to always have the image on the left side. So, simply put, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the image first. So I'll upload, and we'll pick this. Okay, got a nice little scale. And I'm going to just drag it over here. Boom. Now, as you see, I've got a text box up here that I left over. It will include that, or I can delete it, but let me just show you that so you can see at the beginning. Now I'm looking at a text box here, the picture. I need to insert a text box. It is going to insert it below, but what it should let you do, which is drag it up into this one. Now I've got my text box here. So let's say I go back into my document, and I want to go get my compare and contrast. Not there, but here. I'm going to copy. And now I will go back into my image, or my site rather, and I'm going to paste it right here. Hold on. And paste. Bada boom. Now, this is one where you can see this is a little tough because that text box is pretty big. And if I elongate this too much, it's probably going to get a little bit distorted. It just enlarges it, but I don't really want to spend my life looking at someone's just big toes, so maybe that. So that gives you an idea of how to manipulate the slides. Now what you can do, if you want to alternate your slides, having a picture here and a picture here, so you don't always have to do the layout. Let's say I could go back to my first page, very easy to navigate. You're going to go up to the top, and when you get to the top, that first page is now the second. Idea history, and it shows up here on the side, and I'm just going to copy that. So I'll say duplicate page. Okay, so when I duplicate the page, I've got to give it my new name. Obviously, it's going to be the Disability Act covers. Okay. So we're going to do this. Now if you do this, remember you're going to have to delete those other text boxes in the image. So all you have to do is go back and to your original one, copy the text you have not yet used. It'll be this one. It's quite simple. Copy that, and you can come back to your site. You just copy over this, and oops, sorry. Wait a second, copy over this, and we're going to paste. Now the image, let's see, does it let me to upload a different one from here? I don't think so, so I'm going to delete this image if I can. Delete that image, and I'll put in another image. Hopefully it'll let me just do this right away. Upload, and there we go, something fun. Now, I'm going to drag this up, because I want this back right up here next to this one. So you're able to have some flexibility to make this move. So now, and oh, by the way, this is something I was working on earlier. I'd want to delete this slide because I don't need it. You want to make sure anything that gets created below your page that you're not using is deleted so you only have the information you want. Maybe that's the only thing I have. But again, now I haven't even begun to talk about subtitles or my other effects, and you can certainly think about where that may come in. So again, this may be, I might have two subtitles here, one talking about the ADA, so I might just do something like this and say, I'll use bold, and boom, I've got a subheading. Here, I'm going to use idea. And I'll highlight that, and now all of a sudden I have two subheadings. So you can be playful with this and make it work. And that's what I suggest you do. Have fun playing around. When you are finished, I'll talk about what you need to do to be sure it's ready to go. The very last page you create will be your citations page. And from that, you'll again go to a page and new. And when you get to the new page, it just closed me out of mine, you're going to label this citations. Done. And what's awesome now is you can just go back to your Noodle tools. And when you go to the sources page, again, you're going to be in your dashboard, projects. When you go to sources, from the sources page, if you hit print export to Google Docs, boom, this lovely, complete, correctly alphabetically organized Works Cited. Copy that. You go back to your website. Now here's where you got to remember, you got to insert it somewhere, so you need a text box. So insert a text box, and now we're going to paste, and holy smokes, we did it. We have these. Now you'll notice in the proper citation that I just had open, the pages underneath, the lines underneath should be indented. But this is not going to let us do that because this is part of this. So you're not going to worry about that. If you've done this, you're going to be in good shape. Now here, I'm looking at something that's not a complete citation. I should have cleaned that out. I probably don't need it, so I'll get rid of it. But you can't have that as a citation. It doesn't belong to anything. So I'm going to lose it. And let me just double check this. It should be, I'm sorry. It's attached to the one above. See? It just wanted to separate itself. Why it has that line, I don't know. But you are in great shape now. So have fun playing around with building your site, and we'll talk more as you get close to the completion section.